Hello guys, welcome back to my lesson. So today we're going to answer questions under the topic of DNA code of life. And let's look at the first set of questions. It says that the diagram below represents part of a DNA molecule. So if you look at the diagram, it's a DNA molecule. We see two strands and we see a bond between their nitrogenous bases. So let's look at the first question. It says identify molecule X. Molecule X is a nitrogenous base. Sugar at Y. The sugar that forms part of a DNA molecule is a deoxyribose sugar. The bond at W, that's a weak hydrogen bond. Let's look at another question. Give the collective name of parts Y, X, Y, Z. That is a nucleotide. Remember, a nucleotide has a nitrogenous base, sugar in the middle, and then we have the phosphate. Let's look at the next question. It says, state the natural shape of a DNA molecule. That is double helix. And then we have name the process whereby DNA makes a copy of itself. That is DNA replication. The last question says, name two places in an animal cell where DNA is located. We have the nucleus and the mitochondrion. So these questions are simple. If you have watched the lesson that I've posted, you would be able to answer those questions. The next set of questions says that the diagram below represents two processes that occur during protein synthesis. The two processes is transcription and translation. The first question says, where in the cell does each of the following processes occur? X is transcription. As you can see, that's a DNA molecule from a DNA molecule forming an mRNA, which is single-stranded, and then we have the protein there. X is transcription, takes place in the nucleus, and then Y is translation, it takes place in the cytoplasm. The next question says, state one difference between the types of nitrogenous bases found in DNA and mRNA. A nitrogenous base found in DNA is thiamine, whereas in RNA is uracil. And then let's look at the last set of questions. Detectives were investigating a crime scene and found blood on the broken window. They suspected that the blood was that of the criminal. To identify the criminal, they analyzed a DNA sample from the blood and compared it to that of 4 suspects. So this is what we call a DNA profile, and then you have to find one of the person whose DNA bands matches that of the DNA sample. Let's look at the DNA sample. The first band matches with that of Batu, David, Jenny, and Tabi. The second one matches with Batu and Jenny. The third one matches with David and Jenny. Another one matches with Batu, and another one matches with Jenny, and then the next one matches with that of Jenny, and then those two matches with that of Jenny. The last one matches with Jenny's DNA band. As you can see that all the bands that are in the DNA sample matches that of Jenny. So let's look at the questions. Name the technique that was used to identify the criminal. This is DNA profiling. The next question, who is the possible criminal? The possible criminal is Jenny because the DNA bands found in the DNA sample that was taken from the broken window matches that of Jenny. So the next question says, explain your answer to question 2.1.2. You're going to say that Jenny's DNA profile or bands matches the DNA profile bands on the sample from the crime scene. So let's look at the last question. It says, state one other use of the technique identified in question 2.1.1. Well, they use this technique for proof of paternity, tracing missing persons, identification of genetic disorders, establishing family relations, matching tissues for organ transplants, and identifying dead persons or animals. So there's this question that I skipped by mistake. The question says name and describe process X. Remember process X, we said that is transcription. So this is how you describe it. You write transcription and you get a mark for that. The first point, the double helix molecule unwinds, the double-stranded DNA unzips, weak hydrogen bonds break to form two separate strands. One strand is used as a template to form mRNA using free RNA nucleotides from the nucleoplasm. The mRNA is complementary to the DNA. mRNA is now has the coded message for protein synthesis. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.